In section 7.3, we're going to be looking at unit conversion. In part A, we have some standard conversions. Okay. First, what happens when I take a fact, like the fact that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, and divide both sides by 12 inches? All right. So I know that it is true that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. If I divide both sides by 12 inches, I get the fraction 1 foot divided by 12 inches equals 12 inches divided by 12 inches is 1. I can do the same thing by dividing by 1 foot. If I had 1 foot equals 12 inches divided by 1 foot, both sides, I get the fraction, this time 1, equals 12 inches divided by 1 foot. The two fractions, 1 foot divided by 12 inches and 12 inches divided by foot, are both conversion factors because both fractions are simply equal to 1. They are 1, which means I can multiply by 1 and not change the problem. So what we're going to do is create conversion factors, multiply by a conversion factor to get from one quantity of units to the next quantity of units. Multiplying by a conversion factor is just like multiplying by 1. They are equal to 1 because they are true statements. They are equal to each other. All right, so we're just going to make our two conversion factors for each of these statements. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So the two conversion factors are those fractions. 1 minute divided by 60 seconds and 60 seconds divided by 1 minute. Which one you need is going to depend on context, but those are both true and both equal to 1. So we'll put equals to 1 on both sides of those. 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So one conversion fraction is 1 divided by 1 inch divided by 2.54 centimeters equals 2.54 centimeters divided by 1 inch. Keep in mind that we do need the units here because the units are what is making these true. If I didn't write the units, 1 divided by 2.54 equals 2.54 divided by 1 is not true. The inches and centimeters are what makes this true. In the next example, we're going to look at some single-step unit conversions for first converting minutes into seconds. So we're going to use the conversions that we just made up here. So 3.5 minutes. I want to use a conversion factor to convert that into seconds. So I need to decide which of these two conversion factors to use. Now, the original is like a fraction over 1. 3.5 minutes is 3.5 minutes over 1. And when I multiply two fractions together, I want to cancel a numerator with a denominator. So if I have minutes in the top, I need minutes in the bottom so that they'll reduce. So I'm going to put 1 minute. I should have put the minute in the circle. If I was planning ahead, I could have done that. There we go. Make that circle bigger. 1 minute in the bottom and our 60 seconds across the top. Okay. Now we multiply our fraction across. So on my calculator, typing 3.5 times 60, 3.5 times 60 is 210. And then the units, minute and minute, cancel, and I'm left with just the units, seconds. So my answer is 210 seconds. Repeat with the next one. 15 centimeters is how many inches? Okay. Again, I can think of the 15 centimeters as being over 1. Centimeters are on the top, so I must have centimeters in the bottom. So we're going to put our 2.54 centimeters in the bottom with 1 inch on the top. Look for what units you need and where you need them. So centimeters on top and the bottom reduce. This time when I multiply, it's going to be 15 times 1. So I'm actually going to be dividing these. So I have 15 times 1 is 15, divided by 2.5. 4 times 1, which is 2.54, is 5.90. It's 55, so I'm going to round that to 0.6 to get 3 places, inches. So 15 centimeters is 5.096 inches. The next page in notes gives us a list of conversion factors. You probably know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. However, we might not know many of the others, especially the ones that convert in the metric system. So this conversion table is in your notes packet, but I'm going to keep that handy, and I'm going to look up any conversions that I need. Now here are the steps for converting units, also called dimensional analysis. First, I want to determine what I want to know, read the problem, rephrase if necessary, determine what I already know so I know what I'm starting with, find any conversion factors that I need, and pick a starting factor. Oftentimes there will be multiple steps, which we're going to see in the next couple here, where I might need to convert more than once. Okay, so I'm going to start here with 100 cups, and my goal is to get into gallons. All right, so 100 cups into gallons. Cups are a capacity measurement, so I want to find a conversion that's going to go upwards from cups to gallons. Cups to tablespoons isn't going to do it because tablespoons are smaller. So let's see if I can find cups somewhere else. Cups to pints I can do. So I'm going to want to put 2 cups in the bottom and 1 pint in the top. Okay, so 2 cups, 1 pint. Okay. I put the abbreviation for cup on top. I would have just read it out so that I can cross them out. So the cups cancel. Now the unit that I have is pint, but my goal is gallons. I'm not there. So pint to cup, I don't want to do pint to cup. I could go into liters, but it's probably going to be simpler if I stay in the English system instead of going into metric. So we're going to go from pint to quart. 2 pints, 1 quart. So I have pint on top. I need to go in the bottom. 2 pint, 1 quart. Alright, so that cancels the pint units. Now we're in quarts, and we're still not where we want to be. We've got to find a path to gallons. And so I'm looking for quarts into gallons. So quarts into liters, not what I'm looking for. Hopefully quarts into gallons is on here somewhere. There it is. 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So we're going to put the 4 quarts in the bottom. 1 gallon on the top. Now you probably would have wanted to look for that path before starting to make sure you could go from cups to pints to quarts to gallons. Now multiplying this all out, we're going to have gallons as our unit. I have 100 divided by 2 divided by 2 divided by 4, or 100 divided by 16 gallons. And if I take 100 divided by 16, that gives me 6.25 gallons. All right. So that was a multi-step single unit conversion. So there was only 1 unit at a time that I was trying to convert. But I had to do many steps. In this case, I had to use 4 conversion factors. In example 4, we've got a multi-step single for compound units. Okay. So this is 70 MBH, which I know means miles per hour. One of the things that we were told to look out for earlier was the word per, because per is a division word. So when I see miles per hour, I'm going to separate those. Miles per hour, separate that into a division. So we're going to rewrite that now as 70 miles per hour. If you'd like, you can put per 1 hour, since it's assumed that it means 70 miles in 1 hour, 70 miles per hour. Now my goal is to go into meters per hour. So I'm starting in miles. Now the English system is a little sloppy, and it abbreviates miles as M and MPH. Although we know that M is usually the abbreviation for meters, this does mean miles, so I'm going to put the MI here. I'm going to try to get into meters. Leaving hours alone though. So I'm just focused on miles. With a length measurement, I can go miles into, that's meters, where's MI? Miles into kilometer, and then I'll be able to go from kilometer into meters. So I see my path right there. Miles into kilometers. So miles go into the denominator. 1 mile is equal to 1.6093 kilometers. Okay, so those units, miles, cancel, and the current unit is kilometers per hour. continue. I don't want kilometers. My goal is meters. So 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So the 1 kilometer goes in the bottom. It's 1,000 meters. Once you cross off those units, kilometers, you see that the units that you have left are meters per hour, which is your goal, meters per hour. So now we multiply. This is all across the top. So I have 70 times 1.6093 times 1,000, and that gives us 112,651 meters per hour. I can't do mph because that means miles per hour, but I can do meters/hour for short. Okay, so 112,651 meters per hour. In example 5, we're going to do another multi-step, multi-unit for compound. That means I'm going to change both parts of the numerator and the denominator. This one is in gallons per month, 12,080 gallons per month, into milliliters per hour. Okay, so I'm going to convert 12,080 gallons per month. Again, that per becoming that division right there, putting gallons on the top and a single month in the denominator. And I got to find a path for gallons into milliliters and also month into hour. Let's work on gallons first. Gallons into milliliters. Okay, so gallons are capacity. Looking for gallons into, I can do liters, and then I'll be able to do milliliters from liters. So let's do gallons into liters first. Gallons go in the bottom. Gallons are on the top right now, they go in the bottom. So 1 gallon corresponds with 3.785 liters. Okay, so gallons cancel, current units are liters per month. Keep going, I want milliliters. And milliliters and gallons, 1 liter is 1,000, I'm going to say milliliters and liters, of course. 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. So if I put liters in the bottom, 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. So we can cancel liters. And now our units are milliliters per month. Almost there. I don't want month, I want hour, but I do want milliliter. So we're going to keep that one as a milliliter, and we're going to work on month. All right, month is in the bottom, so I need to put month on the top. 1 month has how many hours? I don't know, but I do know that 1 month is approximately 30.42 days. So I'm going to use that conversion for month into days, and then I know how many hours are in a day. So I can get that into hours. 2 more steps. Month is on the bottom, so we put 1 month across the top. It's approximately 30.42 days. All right. And so months have canceled. One more conversion to turn days into hours. 1 day, day on the bottom, so day has to go on the top, is 24 hours. Days cancel, and the unit we're ending up with is hours. So I have milliliters per hour. All right. So now we need to multiply everything across the top and then everything across the bottom and divide them. So across the top we have 12,080 times 3.785 times 1,000. Oh, that's way too big. I'm not going to write that down. And then I'm going to divide that by parentheses. Let's just multiply those together inside the denominator so that I don't have to write down that very large number. And we'll have our solution. So this is going to be 62,627.1 milliliters per hour. It said to give one place. Okay. So 62,627.1 milliliters per hour. Multi-step, multi-unit conversion. Now, a little bit more on conversions here. I'm going to pause and make this one separate. I think this video is getting long.